with paint and with this gold. Got me feeling like I'm Van Gogh. So let me paint a picture.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to Sun and Pop's Culture, episode 3. It's Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully everyone's staying safe, having fun. I'm Sun.
And I'm Pops. And this is my brother, Jason, also known as JT, also known as Uncle Jason. What's good, bro?
Not much, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited.
Glad to have you.
Yes, sir. So drink of the week.
As our first guest, you come with the first guest drink of the week. So what'd you bring for us today?
So I brought the drink of the week, but I also brought a little special treat that's kind of near and dear to me. So, Julius, since you're in the film, my favorite movie is Casino Royale.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And as part of that, James Bond drinks a special drink after he names it after his love interest in that movie called a Vesper Martini.
Vesper Lynn.
So we wanted to mix that up for you and let you taste it. I don't want you to drink the whole thing because it's gonna be a rough night for you because it's all liquor. So it's gin, vodka, and it's supposed to have Lillet Blanc, which is a French like wine / liqueur, but they don't make that around here. So we had to put vermouth in it as a substitute, and then a lemon peel. So
yeah, it sounds fancy.
Give that a taste first.
All right.
This ought to be real good.
I like it. Yeah, it's a little like you gotta drink in sips. It's a little strong.
Yeah, so you mix it in a shaker with the ice, and you pour it, and then you strain it with no ice in the cup. So yeah, martinis are straight liquor.
Yeah. We I think what?
It's strong.
That was Beaches.
Yeah.
Chelsea was the bartender
at the time. My girlfriend was bartending. Now wife.
Yeah. Go Team Chelsea.
Yeah, and we used to be obnoxious every time she would bartend. So those were some of the drinks that she mixed up for us.
Yeah. I remember that night like vividly. I feel like I forgot something at the bar or something that night. Like I feel like something happened.
You probably did.
Yeah.
If you're drinking that.
Yeah. As you start drinking them and it accumulates real fast.
Yeah.
Real fast. But so that was your special drink. So what is your drink of the week?
So the actual drink of the week is a gin and tonic with Sapphire Bombay. Probably one of my favorite summertime drinks because it's real light and like kind of refreshing. Yeah. So it's a good drink. So got you one of those too. Taste that one. Let us know.
We gotta get a toast going.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Episode
3. Tastes like summer.
Yeah, that does. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like gives me like a popsicle flavor. I don't know why, but yeah. What's in these?
So Sapphire Bombay is the gin that I prefer for those. So that's the one we put in it, and tonic water and lime and ice. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple,
fast and dirty.
Real simple.
Yeah, real easy to make. Real clean flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. Yeah. I switched over to Beefeater a couple years ago. I got it accidentally at Paul Kostonik's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I asked for a gin and tonic, and he made it with Beefeater, and I tasted it and was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "This is actually really good." Because the go-to was Bombay forever.
The Bombay, so the Sapphire Bombay is probably my favorite, but I've noticed I've tasted them with other stuff. Like I had Hendrix before, and they do taste good.
Yeah.
I think the Sapphire Bombay and the lime make it a little bit more sour.
You get the botanicals.
Because the Sapphire Bombay, it has its own flavor.
Yeah. What do you think, bud?
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
I know I can't drink a lot of. What's this called?
That's a martini.
Yeah, that's
Vesper.
That just
martini.
sounds deadly. I'm not gonna lie. Like you said, it was a James Bond from James Bond.
Yeah.
But both are good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Gin and tonics are good for like happy hours. You can drink them when you're out too, because they're easy to make. No bartenders won't get mad for asking for a gin and tonic.
Yeah.
But martini. I mean, we've drank them out and we've paid the price. But there's definitely.
I've never had like a real martini, like a dirty martini with like the olives in it. That to me, like when I think of that, I always think of like sophisticated people, like high class people. They drink those. That's just what I picture when I see those. So.
I had there was a club in Pittsburgh years ago. It was called Heaven. I don't think you were 21 yet.
I never even heard of
Yeah,
it.
but no, see, you laugh, bud.
Oh, I thought
But-
you were saying he was there.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Yeah, because I don't think he ever got to go because the building was sold. But the whole point of heaven was, it was downtown Pittsburgh, and I only went there once. And you walk in, and it was all marble. Like it was like
Walking into heaven.
yeah, it was walking into heaven. It was all marble pillars, marble stairs that would take you up to his balcony. You could overlook the dance floor. It was like rules like no jeans, no tennis shoes. So you had to act right, you had to look right. And I went there and I ordered a martini, thinking I was somebody, never even had a martini. And he was like, "Wow, what did he say? On the rocks or dry?" And I said, "Dry," not knowing. Hey. It was like, drinking salt. It was like drinking something and being thirsty while you were drinking it. Like I would drink it and be like, "Oh, jeez." And it was this big old glass, with the twist. I was like, man, yeah, I messed up. But I drank one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah, then I got like a vodka and cranberry because I was thirsty afterwards.
So I wasn't with him if I was underage because unlike Dill's Dave, I didn't work on I didn't have the fake ID, and plus I looked so young when I was younger.
Yeah.
There's no way they would have believed that.
When I was 21, you were 15.
15, yeah.
So there was no sneaking you in. Yeah. But you had your adventures. We had our adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We did.
Absolutely, we did.
So, okay, bro. Tell the people about yourself.
So father of 3 now,
Yes,
twin
sir.
boys that are 19, just graduated last year.
What up, Neffs?
And baby Nico, as Uncle Matt would call her.
Nico.
Baby Nico, who just turned 7 months a couple days ago. Pretty much a miracle baby.
Amen.
Doctors were saying we
Amen.
weren't supposed to be able to have her. We had less than a 1% chance with treatment and with doctors' assistance. And then we were in the middle of switching her insurance to my company, and no treatment, no doctor's assistance. She ended up pregnant. So miracle baby.
Oh, we're going to take a moment here.
Yeah, I forgot he's emotional.
He's with me already. He wasn't supposed to start like
So
this,
that's
bro.
it. So all right.
I'm already messed up now. Damn.
Yeah. So I'll finish about myself. So
Okay.
store manager, AT&T recently promoted.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And then on the side, my side hustle, I have Ball Out Productions, which thanks for the shout out last week. I appreciate it.
no doubt.
And I also have Ball Out Basketball. So I do like basketball training. Used to have AAU teams. So with Ball Out Productions, I do videography, photography, music production, and I help set up a few podcasts and do podcasting as well. Got the studio in my basement for the pictures, for the music recording, the podcasting, and then I shoot music videos mostly. Would like to get into like short film and stuff like that, but I haven't really dabbled into that.
You're
that
the
much
only
yet.
one I want.
Yeah.
Was that Twan Green?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like that song. That was good. It was a good video.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And that was just run and gun. Like we were supposed to go downtown to shoot one scene, and it was like right before Christmas, so it was real cold, and the vibe was just right, and we just shot the whole video there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it turned out nice.
Yeah, it did. It looks really good, and I like the song too. Which,
Thank you.
I'm a critic.
Well, he's working on an R&B album called All Me Too. So
Yeah.
we'll be recording that.
So wait, he's gonna be singing?
Yeah.
Really?
Did I send you that song that I asked you about the other day?
You did.
Did you listen to it?
No, I didn't.
All right. Well, you
No,
can listen
I
to it
will.
later. That's
I
the
meant to
first
listen to
track.
it earlier, and
That's
I
the
did.
that's the first one. He's R&B, most R&B ish,
Mhm.
but it's like super like worse than D'Angelo.
Oh,
Gutter
Oh, yeah?
R&B, like raunchy,
Okay.
off the
Yeah,
chain
okay.
R&B.
Okay, yeah,
So,
I'll check it out.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
That was
for sure.
Twan
Green. Yeah.
Twan Green. Before we get into the music thing, I did just want to say real quick about Ball Out Basketball. To those of you who don't know, I don't listen to really anyone in regards to sports except my brother. He's a student of the game, and he understands sports on a level that most people think they do, but he actually does. Just wanted to get that out there real quick.
Appreciate that.
Oh, I'm
Thank you for
just
the accolades, man.
saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
These are the most compliments I've ever seen you
Give
give Uncle
it-
Jason
Uncle
in
Jason.
like at one time.
At
He's
one
been
time.
lately,
Yeah.
the last like year or two, I would say, he's been like really like giving me the kudos
Well, I mean,
that I never really received.
from me,
And
or
I-
not, you never received.
from you.
All right, I was about
But
to
it's
say.
not like I expected him either. It's just like, we're brothers. It's just, it is what it
Yeah.
is. But like, it's crazy for you to now tell me like, your perspective on things, and I'm like, damn, like he really was paying attention and he really like felt like that. I just never knew because we never really talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, you're my brother, you know, and I watched you, watched you grow, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, life is short, and I just figure, you know, give you your flowers now.
Appreciate it, yeah.
So it's all love. It's all love. I mean,
Appreciate it.
You're going to drive me crazy. I'm going to want to hit you in the head with a hammer sometimes, but you know, that's how we go.
I'm the younger brother. I'm supposed to.
But I just didn't want to put that out there. I was talking to somebody about, you know, it always goes back to fights. I always go back to just the fact that you analyze fights better than most people on TV. And it's not, I mean, it's the truth. It's the truth. I was just telling Tracy, we were driving to the store, and we were just talking about that, and I was saying, it's just funny that your knowledge of sports and how the game works, and you'll see people playing a position that to me is just someone standing there, but you're like, no, they're actually in position, and I'm like, oh, you know, that most people don't get that, you know. But anyways, moving on.
I obsess over stuff. That's really what it is.
No,
that's I just obsess and study, and then get too much knowledge, and then don't always know what to do with it.
Yeah. Okay, so Van Gogh, talk to us about Van Gogh.
I was curious.
So
the whole process, how it came to be, how it went, what you think.
Okay, so first I want to ask, did you guys listen? I know you did.
You
listened?
I did.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. Yeah, I was really surprised like how professional and everything sounded.
Who Van Gogh was?
Yeah, we should probably say what Van Gogh is.
What Van Gogh is, yeah.
Can I show off?
Can you show?
Yeah,
show. Can they see that? The Van Gogh
I got
shirt?
a huge Van Gogh face on the back of my shirt.
So what is Van Gogh?
So Vincent Van Gogh is a famous painter, and he did like oil painting. So Van Gogh is just one of the projects I wanted to put out. I wanted to do what I was calling a masterpiece series, because I felt like art comes in many different forms. People draw, people perform, people make music. So there's many different types of art. So I felt like I wanted to put a compilation album together, kind of like an art gallery. Mm-hmm. So you walk in, the album is the art gallery, and all of the musicians or artists put their paintings up on the wall in the art gallery. So that's each track. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to do a masterpiece series. The three most popular artists to me are Van Gogh, Da Vinci, and Picasso. So it was going to be Van Gogh, then Da Vinci, who's probably my favorite, and just because of like the Da Vinci Code and stuff like that, and Picasso. So I don't know if I'm going to do the other two, just because how it all came together. It's really hard getting everyone's schedules aligned, because I'm either making or purchasing the beats for all these projects, and everyone's recording with me. So they have to record with me, and then I do all the engineering, I do all the mixing, I do the mastering, and then I put it out on all the platforms. It's just really hard working a full-time job. Everyone else has their own stuff going on. It took like 4 months, which isn't that long, but I just don't know if I wanted to put that much time and effort into another project like that right now. So it might be something I do just annually instead of like, because I was going to pump them out real quick, just have 3 different ones. But also I want to work with some different artists too. So step 1 was to get a collaboration to put my, masterpiece together in the art gallery. Step 2 was to bridge gaps with some local artists who don't really work together, and some of them don't really even get along. Like there's people on that album that don't get along, like they have actual beef going on right now, and they're sending diss tracks to each other and stuff. So my goal was to try to bridge the gap, because I feel like you're stronger as a unit if everyone can share each other's fans. Maybe somebody can take off, and then there you go from there. And then third was, I'm just getting started with my business. I've been making music for years, but I'm just getting back into it as of last year. And I wanted the opportunity to work with some of these artists as well. And hopefully, if they like what they see and, like the product that I'm putting out, that they would want to work with me going forward to kind of build my business, build my brand. So it was like 3 levels to my idea, and came together. It ended up working out, and I'm pretty pleased with it. So.
Yeah.
How'd you determine who you were gonna put on the album?
So ultimately I reached out. I wanted to get like some younger up and comers that maybe I hadn't known or hadn't heard of, but I didn't get a lot of traction from that with social media. I'm not really present on social media that much, so when I post something, I don't really get a lot of traction because I don't really interact that much. So that's kind of like to my detriment. But the idea was to ask people to be a part of it and find out if the tracks fit. If the tracks didn't fit, then it was like, all right, here you have a free track, free mixed mastered track, and you can use it however you want. If it works out and if it makes the project, then I'll give you a free studio session, as like a thank you, because I wasn't going to be able to pay people.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't expect to make a lot of money off of it. You have to sell tens of thousands of units to actually start seeing some income. So, and that's hard to do local. So, I reached out. I had already worked with a few people, told them to reach out to everybody they knew, and they came through, and we just kind of vibed out. And I had purchased like a whole bunch of beats. I bought like over like 200 beats, and I just combed through all those for like 2 weeks, found the ones that I liked the most, and said, these are going to be the ones on the project. Here's the beat pack, first come, first serve. You pick the one you want and write your song however you want, because I'm not gonna put you in a bubble and make you go a specific direction because it's your piece of art.
Mm-hmm.
So
now, how many? I mean, I've listened to the whole thing. How many different artists are on it?
So we got Harley Dice, we got Oz, Twan Green, Riva, Deech Wade, Bump, Shady Hendrix, Young Jules, and myself.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
So 9. Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not an artist.
Yeah, Tizza.
I'm not an artist.
Yeah.
I don't plan on making any more music, really. Maybe writing, but not because I'm not an artist, and I'm gonna be 40. Like, my dreams of being an artist I'm too old. Even if I was in my opinion, even if I was the best artist in the world right now, rap wise, I'm too old. I'm not marketable. So.
But I mean, you killed it. I will say that.
Thank you.
It was good hearing. It was good hearing your voice. Like, I remember at your wedding reception when Ed Russo played that old track you guys did, and it like got me geeked. And then like when I was listening to Van Gogh, I was like, "That's that. There you are, and you're still good."
Thank you.
One of the things I liked about the compilation was how a lot of the artists got what you were trying to do. And their verses or lyrics, whatever, were kind of like, I mean, there was reference to what it was, like they would reference Van Gogh, or they would reference art or like artistry, and I thought that was pretty dope. I mean, like I keep saying, I'm a critic. I'm not a hater. I'm a critic. If I don't like it, I don't like it. But as soon as you started, I was like, oh, that's a banger. That's a banger. And like it was, it's good.
And the late decision I made was to pick the tracks and name them after his pieces of art that kind of fit what they were talking about in the song. So I kind of skimmed through that. That was like something I decided the last week before I put it out. And I think that confuses people a little bit because I didn't also like put in parentheses what another title of it would be, but I just wanted to be as authentic as possible. Right. So
I feel you on that.
I actually am curious. What was the hardest part? Like picking the beats or mixing it? Like, because music's so complicated to put together.
So picking the beats was actually easy for me because so when I started listening to them, I was just like picking the ones I liked the best, and then I had a group of like 50, and then I narrowed that down to like 25 to kind of see if they fit together. And I would like play them through, like play the last few seconds of one, let it lead into another to see if it would fit, and just move that around. That was fun, so that was easy. It took time, but to me that was easy. The hardest part was the mixing and the mastering, because you never stop thinking you can make it better. So
true.
And you want to perfect it. So what I did was I was like in the middle of it in like January, and I was like, I just have to pick a date. Like I have to pick a release date. So I looked up Van Gogh's birthday, and it happened to be March 30th. So I was like, there's my deadline. So I was
That's
like,
nice.
got to get all the tracks done by March 1st, by March 1st. Got to have them all mixed by the 7th or the 15th, because when you upload it to the streaming platforms, it can take up to 10 days sometimes. So,
Really?
Yeah.
But usually it's ready in a day or two, but they tell you it can take up to 10 days because they have to clear it and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But so I had to just pick a date, and then I was getting closer and closer and closer, and then I was like, oh well, I can finish mixing by the 25th. I'll be good. So then we got to like the 20th, and I was like, I'm done. I have to be done. Like, it is what it is. Yeah. But you mix in the headphones or your monitors. So you listen to it in your studio headphones, you listen into your studio monitors, then you listen to your earpods or AirPods or earbuds or whatever you use. Then you got to go in the car. The car is going to tell you it don't sound right.
Yeah.
when you think it sounds right. Yeah, because it picks up stuff that your headphones don't. So, and then you go back and you fix it. So yeah, it's crazy.
You used to always tell me that with was it Frank Ocean? To listen to it, make sure I listen to it.
Weekend. The Weekend, you have to listen.
You have to listen to it with your
The Weekend's trilogy album, and I'm not gonna go crazy on this, but the Weekend's trilogy album is like other people's Pink Floyd The Wall album. It's like psychedelic, in my opinion.
I mean,
and I was listening. I was at a dark spot when I was listening to it too, though. So it was like, it was. Yeah.
Well, I'm a fan of The Weeknd, but I think I told you I can't just listen to The Weeknd now. I can't just.
You say that with a lot of artists.
I mean, there's certain look, I'll tell you right now, there are people that I listen to, that I listen to. Like, I listen to Sade, I listen to D'Angelo, I don't know, I listen to Wu-Tang. Like, I listen to them. I will pump that. Right now I'm listening to J. Cole. I actually had to stop listening to J. Cole because I want to be able to keep listening to J. Cole, if that makes any sense. Like, I didn't want to wear my I didn't want to play it out. I still wanted the songs to hit what I needed them to hit. So I took a couple days off. But The Weeknd, like, I like that when I'm driving and if like Earned It comes on my shuffle, I'm feeling it. But I can't listen to, and like High for This, but I can't listen to like some of his stuff just like all the time.
See, but to me, Earned It and High for This are on two different playing fields.
That's a common thing, I feel like, with him.
Like there's the trilogy Weekend, and then there's mainstream Weekend when he puts his albums out, which I still love. Yeah. But that trilogy to me, and maybe it was just the state of mind. Yeah, High for This. Yeah. Everything. House of Balloons. Like, maybe it was the state of mind that I was in at that point. And it was just like it hit on a different level, but I can still go back to, because with music, anytime you hear something that you haven't heard in a while, it takes you back to where you were. Like that, I don't know how you feel about it, Julius, but to me, it's just crazy. That trilogy is crazy.
Yeah, I'm actually not like a huge Weeknd fan. Like, I listen to him, but I do hear like a common thing is, old Weeknd is like nothing like new Weeknd, but it's both are still great. It's just two different types of. Yeah,
it's different. Yeah. He evolved, and and that's one thing. Like, people always ask for artists to evolve. They always want you need to evolve, you need to grow. But then when they do, they're like, I don't like this stuff. But like, what do you want them to do? Keep putting out the same product or evolve?
It's like marriage. But
this is true. This is true.
I mean, seriously. Yeah. What do they say? They say women marry men, expecting them to change, and they don't. Men,
for who they want them to be.
Men marry women, expecting them to stay the same, but they change. So
I can feel that because I'm
the same person I was when I was 14. It's like I feel like those middle years were just like experimental, and I'm right back to where I was.
I'm just slower. I'm the same, but I'm just slower.
That's like move slower. Yeah. Well, I couldn't move much slower. I'm probably about the same speed I've always been.
Yeah, you're pretty.
You'll find out, bud. You'll find out.
Julius ain't gonna find out. He ain't gonna be like that.
Yeah, I do not walk nearly as slow.
You walk slow, bud.
I know, but not like you're like slow.
Yeah, it's slow. I'm not. It'll be there. It'll be there when I get there. It's not going anywhere. Yeah. That's how I see it. You just see me at work though, trying to like walk fast. It's literally a conscious effort for me. Like, Matt, walk faster.
Then you like trip over your shoe.
Yeah, and when I'm walking in front of people, I'm like, and then I feel like I'm being pushed. So I'm like, that drives me crazy.
I don't like that either. Though.
Yeah, because most people like they do tend to walk. I remember a 4th of July parade. It was like your sister was cheering, like, it wasn't pep, but she was young. So this was probably 6-7 years ago. I see Mr. Moore, right?
Mm-hmm.
I passed Mr. Moore at, like, I don't even know, halfway through the parade. This dude passes me like 10 minutes later. Like, he goes walking by me, and I was like, that's Mr. Moore. I just passed him like 10 minutes ago. And so fast. He walks, and I was like trying to keep up at first just to like banner, and then I was like, bump this. Like yeah, I'm like, yeah, this is like a workout. It's 95 degrees out here. This man he just left me in the dust, walking fast, like real fast.
Yeah, that parade is literally either 100 degrees or raining.
Or it rains. There's no in between. There's no in between, and it's literally every fire department, every high school band.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the 4th of July parade is the second biggest 4th of July parade in Pennsylvania.
In the state.
Yeah.
So, Cannonsburg.
It's long and it's hot, and it's definitely a part of
the Western PA culture.
Oh,
yeah.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt. Remember, well, you weren't born when Grandma used to be on the committee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And like, so she would hook us up with like passes for the grandstand and stuff, which was dope. But then you were just stuck in the grandstand. Like, you're seeing all your friends run by, like, oh, I kind of want to go out there and cut up. Yeah. But she'd be walking around with like the flags and the hat and the buttons. Like, she was on the committee.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah, she was a big deal.
I'm surprised she didn't go back to it after moving back.
I mean,
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. And she did that for years.
Mm-hmm.
For years. Yeah.
And she was big in NAACP, so she nonstop.
Yeah, advocate.
And cooking that spaghetti and that
garlic
peach
spaghetti
cobbler.
And a peach cobbler. Yeah. Shout out Grandma. Can I get a peach cobbler? Yeah. So where are we at now? Van Gogh.
Yeah.
So you're thinking yearly now as opposed to
them out? So I was gonna pump them out like within like every 3 months or something like that. So like each quarter put one out, but I don't know. I still don't know if I'm gonna do the other two or not. Okay. But now, like, after thinking about it, I might do one of them like an R&B with R&B artists. Yeah. So just to kind of change it up. And then the second one, if I do another one, it's not going to be all the same people. I may have a couple people from the last project on there, but I'm not going to saturate my projects with the same people.
Yeah, right.
Just because, like, I'm going to give them new flavor. Because that's the whole thing, like, to get exposure, get people exposure, and to work with new artists. So.
Now, what are you working on right now?
Right now I'm working on, so I have an artist, shout out Farrell Henderson. He linked me up with Devin Gibson. Devin Gibson has a 16-year-old son named Julian. He goes by Young Jules, and he's been recording since January. Literally never recorded a song in his life until he came to my house to record. In January, did his first song, and that first song was actually going to make it on Van Gogh. It was that good. But he ended up making another one that I loved even better, that I felt fit better, so I put that one on instead. It's called Flying Fox on the album. But he's working on a mixtape right now. We just did the last, like, literally before I walked in the door here, we recorded the last track, and we're hoping to put that out June 15th. And we were just talking about concepts for his video. We're gonna put a video out, and I got some other like behind the scenes studio content that we've been recording, and we're gonna film an interview next week. We'll put that out, and just to get him exposure. And he actually has his first show just got booked for July 19th. Shout out Twan Green. It'll be in Homewood. It's an outdoor show. He's gonna get like a little 10-minute set on it to do his first show. Wow. But yeah, 16 years old, super talented, like just out of the gate, raw, like didn't even understand how to make a song, like song structure wise. Like, so we would have to like tweak it when he came to the studio. But when he gets there, he's prepared. Like, he wrote the songs, he's practiced it. So like literally he can bang out a whole song in 30 minutes. Whereas like I work with people who've been recording for 20 years and it might take them an hour and a half, 2 hours just to do one song. But he's like comes in like all business, like ready to go. So it's nice, and it's refreshing working with someone young, because you know he has potential, but it's just fun to be able to work with somebody who you don't know what the potential is going to be.
Right, right.
You don't know what the ceiling is. So it's nice.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like too when they're young, they're more moldable, malleable. Is that
Malleable, yeah.
So not hardened by life.
Here you
Yeah.
go.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, it's true though. True shit. True shit. So where can oh, go ahead, bud.
No, you say what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say, what platforms can people get your music on?
All platforms. Come
What
on
does that
now.
mean? All right,
Yeah.
okay, real
So
talk.
what?
You
How
said-
do you listen to music?
I listen to iTunes.
So it's on iTunes. How do you listen to music?
I use Apple Music too. yeah.
Most people use Spotify, right?
Yep.
It's on Spotify.
Okay.
You ever heard of Deezer?
See, no.
Me
I
either. So
haven't.
that's why I say all platforms because I
Yeah.
never even heard of it. And it's on there.
So how,
It's
so
on
how-
YouTube.
So how did you
Is
get
that-
all platforms without knowing all platforms?
So there's distribution companies that you sign up with. You pay for yearly or annually, I should say, and you load your music up to them, and then they get it cleared for you, and then they put it on the platforms. So it's even on Snapchat,
Really?
and if you play it and you pull up Shazam, you can Shazam it. So
Oh.
like,
That's
Do
that's
Shazam music.
I
Legit.
paid extra
That's
for
my
that
move.
just
Oh, yeah?
because,
Yeah.
like, because that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. If
No,
I'm
I
out,
Shazam everything. Julius
Mhm.
laughs at me.
so.
Well, it'll be like
Apple Music,
Yeah.
Tidal, Spotify, Amazon. When Google Play had music, it was there. YouTube,
Now-
Deezer. There's like 30 different streaming platforms.
crazy.
I don't even know what
Yeah.
all of them are. So
And if you were searching, you would search Ball Out Productions, or you would search
So,
Gogh, or you would...
the album is called. So the more people that download it, the more hits it's gonna get. So as you start typing the name, it's gonna come up quicker. So if you
Right.
type in D in the search bar, it's gonna pull up Drake.
Yeah.
Then if you
Right.
put in R, and then the next letter you put in, it'll be Dr. Dre will be the second
Yeah,
one probably.
right.
So my album is called Ball Out Productions Presents ... Van Gogh. So you can type in Van Gogh, but it's better to type in Ball Out Productions, and then it should pop up.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Because I'm not Drake. I don't have millions of followers. It's not going to be on the top of the list, but the more people that download it, the higher up it moves. So,
Yeah. Okay. No, that's huge for me because seriously, I don't know half the time how to find anything. I got Spotify because of this podcast. So
This is the most I've used Spotify.
yeah.
And what else I'm working on? So I'm going to LA.
Oh, you are going?
Oh.
I'm going next in like 2 weeks, and I might be shooting a video out there for Harley Dice's song on there,
So you're
the Siesta.
Is Harley going, or are you going
So
to shoot? Like,
so I'm going for sure. He's not 100% sure if he can make it or not yet, but if so, we're gonna shoot the video out there
That's what's
in
up.
LA because it just has that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
from the
Riding,
for the song
smoking,
from
riding, smoking.
Yeah.
living that
yeah,
good life.
yeah.
It's
That's the
just-
summer. That's the summer banger
yeah,
right there.
It's got to be a drop top.
yeah, yeah,
It's got to be a drop
Yeah.
top. It's
Yeah.
got to be palm trees.
yeah. You're
So,
right.
It has
You're
to
right.
be.
Yeah. Yeah, he has
So,
to go. You have to shoot that video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we're trying to organize that, and that's the other
Mhm.
thing. Like when I do my own project, like financially, I gotta fund
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
I can't be like, hey, you want to do
Yeah.
this? All right, let me charge you for it.
Right.
So
The life of an independent artist.
exactly.
Yeah. The juice is worth the squeeze.
I mean, quite possibly.
Yeah.
It's exciting, so that's why.
Yeah. That's what's up. Buddy, can I get a hit of that Vesper?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
get
gonna
up.
need to taste
I
that
get up
too.
at 5 a.m. So I'm gonna pay for this later. I'm just gonna pour some. Nah, I gotta.
Can't you got solo cups or something?
Yeah, there
We
she
got
is.
vaccines, so
There
we
she is.
you
Yeah,
can,
we're all
we can share.
vaccinated. We're good.
So Dad,
What's up, buddy?
you want to get into your
start chopping it
favorite
up?
your favorite pop culture stuff? I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
can. Your
Yeah.
Uncle Jason, you're gonna stay, chop it up with us a little bit.
Absolutely, if
Yeah.
y'all have me.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
give us a because he for those who don't know, he's not a geek. So
So I had this conversation with my old manager. My old manager, he's like, I'm a geek. And I'm like, why? He's like, well, I watch anime. I play video games. I'm into Pokemon and Naruto and all this stuff. And I'm like, but that's not geeky now. Like, that's not, you're not a geek now. Everyone's into that. Like, that's what's in now.
It's so funny.
Like, I'm the geek because I don't watch all that stuff. I don't know all that stuff.
It's funny that you said that because in my notes, this is my first note I had.
I did not know you took notes.
I am.
It's funny.
When some thought, well, you take notes.
Yeah. No, it's just,
I'm just saying,
it's just funny. I thought you were winging it the whole time.
I usually do wing it, but
I'm proud.
This is the third episode.
That's because you're so structured and thorough. Like, he's got to step his game up.
He's been beating me up, crunching my ice, chewing on straws, moving, touching the table.
I tried not to give you any criticism because, like,
it's okay.
I've set up podcasts. I am an audio engineer, so I like pick up on all that stuff. So I don't want to criticize people because this is your show. You guys do it how you want to do it. If you ask me for it, I'll give it to you. But I'm not gonna I'll give you all the positive feedback galore. But I wouldn't.
Well, I'm That's funny because criticism never bothers me. It's like weird. Like, I don't like getting stroked. I prefer if you give me constructive criticism. I truly appreciate it.
But
I mean, you don't gotta give it to me right now.
No, I'm not. I definitely wouldn't do it right now. But the reason I wouldn't do it unless you ask is because you're vulnerable right now doing this. Like, it's a big deal to just put yourself out there like that. So that's step one, and then you just got started. So like, you got to iron out the kinks and find your way first. Yeah, so like, if you were doing it for a year, then I'd be like, yo, bro,
tighten this
Julius,
up.
Come on, like, what's going on?
Yeah,
but like, it sounded dope. The first 2 episodes sounded dope.
Thank you.
Listen to the second one when I was cutting grass today, and it was good. It flows. It flows. I didn't get bored. Like some people, you get bored with this. I didn't get bored. Even though I may not be into like some of the stuff you're talking about, like some of the comics and some of the shows, like it still was entertaining. So I was impressed. I was very impressed.
So my notes said, so much IP is geared towards people like me, but I'm not as interested as I was or should be. That was my note. Because I was just really thinking about the fact that, right now, geek culture is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everywhere you look, there's just things that, like, if I was, like, young me would be going crazy right now. Like, I mean, between the movies, the TV shows, everywhere you look, it's something catered to people like me. But instead of me being, like, over the moon, I'm kind of just like, it's all right. Like, it's, or I don't even bother. Like, don't even bother. Like, again, I'll reference Bad Batch for the 3rd week in a row. Still haven't watched it. But my man Matt Sergi hit me up, and I think I'm going to start it this week because now I'm interested. Some things finally went down that finally got me wanting to watch it. But prior to that, I was just like, I'll get to it. So I think that's like, whereas like you, who never were into it, like, I mean, I don't know what your stance is on any of it. Like,
I don't even know what Bad Batch is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so it's a Star Wars franchise. like you're like,
it's a spinoff.
You're James Bond, Jack Sparrow, Jason Bourne.
Mm-hmm.
That's you.
And then comedy. Like,
then,
stupid comedy.
Yeah.
Like the dumbest comedy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But I'm into electronics like that. Like, I geek out on electronics.
As soon as you sat down, you handed me that. You put your phone on my wrist. Yeah. I was like, what?
And I'm not down here taking pictures of the setup and stuff. Like, oh, what kind of headphones you using?
Yeah. I'm like, what is this?
That's my thing.
Are you a rock fan? Like The Rock?
The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Cool. He's cool.
Would you pay money to see The Rock?
To see him do what?
In
the
theater.
Movie. Would you pay money?
If you see,
he hasn't made any movies that I would want to pay money to see.
Which is crazy. Like,
because he's like the most bankable.
Like number one.
I'll watch his movies, but it doesn't excite me enough to go to the theater.
Have you ever paid to see a Rock movie, bud?
Jumanji, but that wasn't.
Did?
Yeah,
but Jumanji was good.
But that wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't because of The Rock.
Right.
Like, I wasn't.
That's
watching
Jumanji.
Yeah, that's why I was like, let me see how this is, and it actually was.
I don't think I've ever paid or seen him in the theaters. I don't think I ever have, but I've probably seen almost every movie he made.
Really?
I'm sure I've seen him at some point.
I've seen I've seen a good bit, but it was like accidental.
But I didn't see any of the Fast and the Furious stuff. Like after Tokyo Drift, I kind of was like,
really?
I haven't seen one since.
I haven't.
It actually got good again for a second after Tokyo
and then
Drift.
I just didn't
now
watch
it's
them.
like they're catching. I saw he like caught a
yeah.
car.
Yeah, like he caught it.
So yeah, so some of the previews like turned me off, but also when they were like, "Well, Tokyo Drift happened before the first
Yeah,
one,"
yeah.
and then I'm like, "Well, you ain't Star Wars, so like I'm done." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you
Well,
can't like
yeah.
why are you putting them out of order? Like you didn't
Yeah.
feel like writing it the right
Well,
way.
no,
at
they
the start.
did it because what happened was at the end of Tokyo Drift, Vin Diesel showed up for 10 seconds.
Mhm.
And then they were like, oh, this is what people want. Like, yeah, no fucking kidding. That's what
Yeah.
people want. They want Vin Diesel. So
It was the early 2000s.
so they had to figure out a
Different time.
way to start telling a story again and make it all fit. And that's kind of why it was out of order. But now they're at a point now where like John Cena's showing up and he's Vin
He's
Vin
his
Diesel's
brother or
brother.
something.
Meanwhile, no, they're not. like they're not
So
brothers.
John Cena is built weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if are his arms short
Mm.
or what. Because when I look at him, I'm like,
Yeah, I get what
like
you're
the
saying.
proportions
Something's
look
off.
Mhm.
different, and not to like talk about somebody's appearance all like that, but when
Yeah,
I
it is
see
what it
because
is.
maybe it's because his arms are so big,
Yeah.
like
It makes him look short.
yeah,
Yeah, I
don't
get what
know,
you're saying,
yeah.
like-
Yeah.
His, yeah.
Or maybe
it's
his arms are
interesting.
extra long, so then his torso looks small. I don't know.
He looks like a comic book character.
Yes.
Like he really
Yes.
does. Like he looks like he was drawn by like Rob Liefeld, who you're like, who's Rob Liefeld?
I don't even know who
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah, he was a '90s guy who was bad. He
R.I.P.
was
Stan Lee.
he's
That's only one.
R.I.P. he was a '90s artist that was bad with proportions. Like
Mhm.
he was notorious for his proportions being bad. But yeah, John Cena's like, he's like the what's the Walmart brand Great Value? He's like the Great Value Rock.
Wow.
Tell me I'm wrong. He's
Don't
like the Great.
disrespect John Cena
I'm not
like
disrespecting John
that.
Cena. I'm just saying.
well,
his-
maybe-
his
maybe-
career
You
path.
can't see
maybe-
you can't see
Maybe in the movies, but in wrestling,
in wrestling, he's
his
that
own
dude.
entity.
He's that dude.
Yeah.
But like his movies, I'm like,
Yeah.
everyone.
I
Okay.
felt bad talking about his proportions.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm saying, come
I'm
on.
not, I'm not even a WWE fan, but
Oh my God.
man, I feel bad.
Wow,
Great-
wait,
great
I'm
value.
just saying.
Great value.
Yeah.
I'm
Rock.
just saying. Look at some of the stuff he's on.
Someone-
He's literally doing a Fast and the Furious movie. after
Pappy
The
would
Rock.
be so
This is
disappointed.
This
is true.
He's a fan, right?
He's a fan of John Cena.
I don't know.
Pap?
He watches wrestling.
Does he still watch wrestling?
I don't know.
Probably.
He watches. I thought he only watched LMN. No,
No, that's small.
no,
No.
that's him.
He's with her
that's
too?
him. He watches that.
Wow. What is that? Lifetime Movie Network.
Yeah.
You should just
Chelsea
be the,
watches that stuff, too.
Lifetime channel. It's so much easier. Like you said,
Well,
LMN,
there's
and I was like-
Lifetime, then there's LMN. I think.
Oh, so it's just their movies on.
I think
LMN.
there's two different ones.
Seriously.
Lifetime
yeah.
movie channel.
Hey, your mom had me watch one time, bud. And I'm just like, this movie is so bad.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
I'm like-
very.
They're trash.
I'm like,
It's its
C-
own
they're
like
C
genre.
movies.
yeah, like
They're
I'm
not
like,
B, they're C.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
this is the worst actor ever, and this story is horrible.
And it's always about a teacher or a mom
Yeah.
trying to sleep with like a younger boy
Right.
or like
Or some long
or a
gone
killer-
somebody comes back, or
a killer spouse.
yeah.
Sounds like
Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
See,
Yeah.
yeah, it kind of does. Yeah. Oh my gosh, and we're gonna see your grandma in Erie this weekend. I guarantee
Yeah.
at some point there's a Lifetime movie involved, because Tracy and Pam will like get an Afghan and like just be on the couch watching Lifetime.
That's funny.
Like seriously, it's amazing. I love it, but it's amazing. It's amazing to watch. So, go ahead, bud.
The Rock. You
Oh.
wanted. You asked him if he's a Rock fan.
Oh,
That's what started the whole.
we were actually
Yeah, yeah.
covered what I wanted to talk about, because I was just like The Rock.
Oh, okay.
The Rock slated to make the Black Adam movie, for DC.
DC superhero
and he's
villain.
basically, you know who Shazam is. Please say yes.
So, I mean, I heard of Shazam.
Okay, he's kind of like
I didn't
Superman.
see them. Yeah, I didn't see.
Well, he's kind of like Superman, and Black Adam is just like him, but he's bad. But not really. He's like an anti.
He's
Is he
bad.
He's bad.
Does
He's
he have
bad.
to be a black character?
No, he's
he's
He's Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
right?
he's Middle Eastern. So, and The Rock
But
is
from
playing
like
him.
thousands of years
Yeah.
old. So
And visually, The Rock's going to pull it off. He looks like
Mhm.
the character in the book. But it's just so that'll probably be the first movie that The Rock does that I paid money to see.
Mm-hmm.
only
he is a
because
good actor, but I
of
think
the
to me,
comic.
like he's so huge
Mm-hmm.
physically, like you can't like.
Well,
What
do
can
you
you play? What
remember-
can you play dramatically
Do you
that I'm
remember
gonna take serious?
when he early in his career, like after Scorpion King and after, probably like Gridiron Gang and like Walking Tall, which even though I'm not a fan, I know all
You've
his
seen
fucking
him all.
movies.
Yeah.
so
See?
so he started to get smaller, like purposely.
But that's
He
because he
started-
first.
Oh yeah,
wrestling.
the
started-
Disney
He
contract.
started to lean up.
And that's when he
Yeah.
first stopped wrestling for a little
Yeah.
bit too.
He did
So he,
all the
um,
Disney
was
movies.
the one-
The Game
The
Plan.
game plan. That's the
Yeah.
one.
Race to
That's the
which-
one I've
the game
seen a
plan is
thousand
cool.
times.
Race to
Yeah.
Witch Mountain.
Tooth Fairy, or was that?
Oh, Tooth
Yeah,
Fairy
Tooth
too.
Fairy, yeah. So
Yeah,
he
he was
was like-
lean.
He was
See?
still bigger than the average dude,
Did you
but
see
he wasn't.
Tooth Fairy?
No.
No, I
Did
haven't.
you see Game Plan?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
Did
that
you
a
see
bunch of
Gridiron Gang?
Yeah,
You
once.
see Walking Tall?
I don't pay for them though. I didn't say I didn't watch them.
Yeah,
I just don't
but-
pay for them. but my
Yeah, there's
whole
like
point
never a
is-
movie where I see the headline, the name, and it's like starring The Rock. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta see that.
Yeah,
Right.
I never think that.
Yeah,
I do that for
usually
Daniel Craig though.
He's that dude.
Yeah.
That's your James Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Craig's a beast. Did you see?
Can we talk about?
Did you see Knives
James
Out?
Bond?
You were talking
Yeah.
about James
Knives
Bond?
Out is good.
Oh, Knives
Yeah,
Out's the
Out's
truth.
good.
They're making a sequel
Clue.
too. Yeah, but better,
Mhm.
better. Yeah, we can talk about your movie James Bond. You want to do James Bond, Jason Bourne, or Jack Sparrow? Those are like the only 3 movies I've ever watched with you. So, and I think we
Watch
watched
Fight Club.
Fight Club. That's the joke. Doctor Detroit and Weird Science. Yeah,
I need to rewatch Dr. Detroit.
yeah. I think it'll hold up. I think
Mhm.
it'll hold up. Yeah,
It's a good movie.
yeah. But I don't think there's any more Bond movies coming out anytime soon.
Yeah, there's one coming out in like
You're
a year.
right. Yeah,
and it
they've
looks
been
so
holding
dope.
it because of COVID.
Looks so dope. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, since COVID, it's been kind of on the shelf. But yeah, it's done. It's been done.
Yeah, the previews look pretty dope. I watched the trailer for it. But so when I said, do you want to talk about James Bond? Who's your favorite James Bond?
Oh, geez.
First off, and if you say Pierce Brosnan, I can't take you serious because those movies were like comedies, like straight up, like
I've only
You
seen
think
scenes
so?
from those.
yeah.
I've seen the one.
Yeah, they were.
Those are like the
yeah.
late '90s, right? Or
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those-
late '90s.
yeah. I've seen.
like Sean
I've never
Connery
seen any
was
of
dope.
those ones.
Yeah.
I don't know what was his name, Walter Moore or
Roger Moore.
Roger Moore.
Roger Moore.
Because they play those like between Thanksgiving and Christmas usually. I forget what channel, or FX or Paramount or something. But I've seen some of those, and those were good. But they were old, so the technology was tough.
Yeah.
But like and Sean Connery was good. I felt like, but Daniel Craig, it's
Yeah.
either his acting or those movies are just well written.
Well, Roger Moore was my first James Bond. So like I remember my first James Bond was For Your Eyes Only, you know, and it was Roger Moore, and they always say he was the one that was too old to be playing Bond. Like when he got the gig, he was already too old, but he was my James Bond. You know what I'm saying? And I never fucked with Timothy Dalton. He's the one no one even cares
I
about.
don't even know.
Yeah.
which ones he was
What
in.
year was?
Timothy Dalton
Bad.
came after Roger Moore, but before Pierce Brosnan. He probably
Mhm.
did 2.
So like the
Maybe
80s.
3, like late 80s. And it was like because you do know Pierce Brosnan was supposed to be James Bond in the 80s, but he was tied into a TV show called Remington Steele. So when Roger Moore, you know, I don't know if he quit or if he got the axe or what happened, it was supposed to be Pierce Brosnan, but the show he was on, Remington Steele, wouldn't release him to do the movie. So that's why it was a big deal when 10 years later he became Bond.
Well,
He
he
was
got the
supposed to
corny.
be.
He got the
He
corny.
got the well. I mean, at the time, look, I know a dude, not naming no names. He went to see Goldeneye 3 times with
Was it Matt Surgeon?
3 different chicks. No,
I'm
no.
sorry.
Why you gonna put Sergi out there? That's so funny.
No, I just said that
No.
because that's what you
Yeah.
usually talk
Yeah,
about. I don't.
Sergi's my. I just talked
Yeah.
to Sergi on the way home today. He's the one that told me to watch Bad Batch, and I'm not going to geek right now. Fuck it. No, actually, I have to because, sir, remember I said I ended last podcast saying I had a carpentry story that I had to tell, but I'd wait. And you're always like, you'll forget. So Sergi asked me what it was, and I said I forgot. So my new thing is I'm just going to say it because if I don't say it, I will forget. So Sergi texted me today. This is on some comic book stuff that there's a new X-Men storyline coming out called Inferno, and I like lost my shit, and that led to like a whole ride home conversation about what's going on with comic books right now. And if you are in the comics or if you're not, right now X-Men is it's just incredible. If you read X-Men growing up, now's a good time to get back on. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So it's dope. It's dope. Yeah. So anyways,
I think now that I'm older and not like moving so fast, that I could probably try and
read a comic book.
read a few comics and see, or
What do you think,
a
brother?
few series and see what I think. Because
I-
back when I was
depends
growing
on
up
the
and you were
series.
like so into your comics, like all I did was play sports. Like I
All you
didn't have time.
did.
I didn't have
All
time
you
for that.
did. Yeah.
So
All you did was play sports. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's good books out there.
It just
I mean,
depends. Yeah, which one?
what would you suggest? I'll let you take this one.
What comic book?
Yeah, if you were to give your uncle a comic to read, what would it be?
see, don't put them on the spot like that because
Is
then now there's pressure. I think I just need to go and find one that catches my eye
Def-
and check out the
I-
series.
I definitely don't. I wouldn't say like a superhero like on the shelf right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would say something like self-contained, like
yeah. Something
Where
classic.
it's
Yeah.
like a book.
yeah, like yeah.
Yeah, give you
There's a-
six issues.
Yeah, I don't want to say Invincible, but that was the first one that
Invincible's dope.
popped in my
Invincible's
head.
dope.
That's hard right now.
Yeah, did you watch it on Amazon? It's a cartoon,
Mhm.
but it's worth watching.
Yeah,
It's
you-
worth
you-
watching.
Enjoy it just
Yeah.
as a
Do you
casual
watch The
fan.
Boys on Amazon? See, right now all the IP is based on comics. And people like don't even know it. But The Boys was huge. It's based on a comic book. You know, it's just
The IPs.
yeah. You like how I said that? There?
Oh yeah, and
Intellectual-
intellectual property.
Intellectual property.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
IP. It's all about IP right now. Yeah, yeah. that's all I know.
hmm
So, but yeah, it really is everywhere you
Speaking of IP
look. Speaking
and
of
James Bond, did you hear yesterday Amazon bought MGM
true shit.
Really?
$8.45 billion
Were
or
you
something?
talking about that last week?
Uh,
That it was like rumored.
no, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't. We talked
We were
about
talking
Amazon.
Paramount.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
talking about
Buy
Paramount
cars
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Amazon's buying
So I
MGM.
need to buy stock in Amazon then, because they're gonna,
good luck.
because they're gonna,
They're gonna.
it's gonna boom, especially yeah.
It's now they
with
own
this new
James Bond
coming
and
out.
Yeah, they have James Bond. They have
Rocky.
They have what's 4,000 films in their catalog.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Probably all gonna be on Prime
Can I say-
at the end of the
yeah,
month.
Prime's about to kill
We're,
it now.
we're
yeah.
on camera, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
So I'm
yeah.
gonna say this. So if I get assaulted, y'all see it. I still haven't watched Creed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you a Rocky fan?
Every time I'm ready to start it, like something comes up and I never end up watching it. But
That's a
like,
shame.
I want to watch both, obviously back to back. But
I don't even know
I
what to
still
say to
haven't
you
seen
right now.
Creed.
Creed gets better every time you watch it. Every
It
time
is
you
a
watch
very
I heard it
good
was
movie.
awesome, and I'm excited
Yeah.
to watch it. But I like something.
We have it on DVD.
Like something keeps pulling me
Yeah.
back from watching it every
Just
time I
watch
watch it.
It's. I mean, I don't even know, bud. I don't even know.
You were crying in the theater.
I was.
I mean,
I was, but I cried.
Yeah.
I cussed.
I
cried.
haven't heard nothing but fantastic things
Yeah.
about it. I just haven't.
Yeah, Creed's a
I
trip.
just haven't done it yet. I don't know what keeps happening.
I had a deep thought about Creed the other day, buddy. I don't know what you think, but you know how they say like all whiskeys are bourbons, but not all bourbons are whiskey. Like I think that's the statement. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's the truth. But,
Makes sense, I guess. I don't
But
know.
because of how it's made, here's
Yeah.
a question for you: all Creed fans are Rocky fans, but are all Rocky fans Creed fans?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hmm.
Just saying.
I'll find out when I
Yeah.
watch it.
You'll
I'll
be
watch
a
it. I'm
Creed.
gonna
You'll be a
download
Creed
it. I'm
fan.
gonna watch it on my
Yeah.
flight. I'm gonna
You're gonna
watch
watch
it.
Usually,
Creed.
those people are
I'm
I'm
probably
gonna
like,
watch it on my flight.
He's gonna want to work out.
oh
He's
yeah,
gonna-
yeah.
yeah.
You're
come
gonna
back.
get back into
He's gonna show up with
training.
the mitts. I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, we're hitting mitts. Yeah, okay, let's
Like,
get
yeah,
it.
this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm at work today, and smoked my cigarette right before we start. And there's this young kid. They call him Goomba, and they call him Goomba because his last name was something else, and the dude I guess was like, you don't look like a whatever. I'm just gonna call you Goomba. So they call him Goomba,
Wow.
and I'm just like,
This is the worst nickname.
but I think his
Wow.
first name is Brendan or something. But
That's
he's
something
I mean,
bad.
I've only worked with that's something Dad would 100% do, light bulb. But they so anyways, I'm standing there. I'm smoking a cigarette with a couple guys I work with, and Goomba walks up and he lights a cigarette and they're like, "You're smoking." And he's like, "Yeah." They're like, "Aren't you supposed to be training?" So my ears immediately perk up and I'm like, "Music? Training." So he's like, "I do train 4 days a week, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Hey man," and they didn't hear me because I'm soft spoken. And I'm like, "Hey man," which I think is yelling. So he looks, he's like, "You're soft spoken." I said, "Yeah." I said, "You train?" And he's like, "Yeah." I said, "What are you training?" And he said, "Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu." So I latched on to it,
Yeah.
like, wow. Like I'm like, "Oh yeah, where you train at?" And like, how have you been training? But it was
It's
just
like taking a Viagra.
yeah, man. So
You're
I
not.
told him I'm hoping to get back into it in August. But he actually trains at his house a good bit, and he trains at the mat factory. But he's new. You know, he was super humble about his training too, which I liked. He wasn't.
Is he
like,
a bigger guy, smaller guy?
He's probably like 22, 20. I'm thinking he's like 22, 23. He's about my height, a little smaller frame. He probably goes about 185, 205, something like that. But I was like, stick with it, man. You know, he said, I just love it. I love the, learning part of it. And he's like, I'm not a fighter. I just, No, he said COVID is
So
what
he'll
started
be
it.
a fighter because he's not a fighter,
He's not a fighter,
but he loves
right.
it.
So he said COVID is what got him started, which I was like, that's what's up. He was just stuck in a house.
Mm-hmm.
So he went and got some mitts, and then I guess it became a thing that they do, like in his basement. And I was like, that's what's up. So just a little sad story.
That's cool.
Yeah. So what else, man? What else?
The Eternals trailer. Yeah. So
Go ahead.
I'll fill you in.
Okay.
Marvel, MCU. It's pretty big.
Kind of a big
Yeah.
deal.
The Eternals is their next movie. Not their next. Their movie's coming out November,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So, you know more than me. What is the Eternals?
You want me to do this?
Spark
Alright.
note, like
Okay.
that common people understand.
Okay.
Conflict
For
of
common
interest
folks.
'cause my company owns DC. So
Yes, they do.
Oh,
They
yeah.
only own 79% of it now. You know that, right?
Universal.
How they?
Universal.
Why
All
would-
that HBO.
AT&T Discoveries now, I think.
Oh, yeah, I did see that too.
Yeah. Well, sorry, but
Sorry.
they need to step their game up. But Eternals, just think Greek gods meet science fiction. So take the Greek mythology and just add more
Like
of a,
Atlas.
yeah, exactly. And like Ajax and Icarus, and like in Greek mythology you have Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
With the Eternals you have Zerus. With the Greeks you have Athena. With the Eternals you have Athena. And so basically what Jack Kirby did, who was the creator of the Eternals, was just take like mythology and kind of add a science feel to it and build a whole I can't say fourth world because DC does own that. But he created that too. He basically created the new gods for DC and then went to Marvel and created the Eternals. And they're pretty much the same thing. but
People love
yeah,
both.
but people love them both. I think the new gods more so than the Eternals.
Yeah.
But they're
I
both
think
a
'cause
hard
of
sell. They
art
really
for
are.
that, yeah.
They're both a hard sell.
Is
But
there trailers out?
the trailer just
A
dropped last week.
teaser, yeah,
And,
like Monday or something.
It's they're basically ancient. They've been on Earth since the early man,
Mm-hmm.
and they've kind of helped shape our destiny, but they've been in the shadows.
And
So-
you might be interested because it has a big cast,
Mhm.
like Angelina Jolie,
yeah, she plays Athena.
Rob Stark.
He plays
Um,
Icarus.
Jon Snow? He's in
He
it.
plays the Black Knight.
Yeah. There's other people too. I just
Yeah.
can't think of
Yeah.
it. But
Well, it sounds like something that
Yeah,
I
it's
would
going to
probably
be.
be into. Is it expected to be a series of movies?
I think this one's going to set the stage for what Phase 4 is really going to be for Marvel. Like, cause you know how everything built up to Infinity War and to Endgame. You didn't watch them. But that's what they.
Oh.
That's what they. This is my brother. Everybody. He literally didn't
But I
watch
can't-
them.
but I-
Didn't know what I was
But I
talking
can't-
about.
but I can't unless I watch the other ones.
You can know.
no,
I mean, I respect when people sit down and do the deep dive,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think you have to.
you need to know like the big
Yeah, the
The
ones.
basics.
Yeah,
But I think honestly,
you
I
don't
think
need to
you
watch
can go
everyone.
in unseen and watch Infinity War Endgame and still enjoy it.
Yeah,
because there's
you
so
would-
many big moments. You would just enjoy it. Here he goes.
I don't know. I just don't. Would you enjoy it? Because then you just be like, oh, that looks cool. I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on.
But
That's
I mean,
not. I don't. You don't have to see all 18 movies, but like you watch Avengers,
Yeah.
you
I
watch
mean, you wouldn't know
Captain
like,
America. This.
what the quantum realm was and things like that. But I feel like you put anybody in front of a TV and you see like the whole punch somebody is going to be dope.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But
all.
that's not the whole movie. You have
That's
a
not
lot
the
of
whole
stuff
movie. There's,
that,
there's a you're right. You're right.
especially
yeah.
Endgame.
Some of them,
Endgame,
yeah. Endgame's
you
more emotional.
completely be
beats.
like,
yeah.
and a
So
lot of
you wouldn't
nostalgia
understand the build
stuff.
up to some of them.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I
they're
gotta
worth
watch.
watching.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I have to Google the order. I gotta watch it.
If
Yeah.
you don't, if you don't step it up, I guess I'll take care of my niece when she gets a little older and sit her down and indoctrinated.
Maybe that's
properly.
one. Maybe that's how I'll watch them.
Maybe, see, there
Oh,
you go.
that would be-
There
that
you
would be-
go.
There you go. I
Just
just
Yeah.
like, well, baby Nico.
rewatched all the
we
Star
go.
Wars. Well,
Did you?
not all of them, but all the original ones when Disney Plus first came out.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I need to rewatch them all.
Yeah, that's something
And I
you
was
came
like-
into later that you
Mhm.
enjoy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not against it. I just I
Wasn't
do
your
other
jam.
shit. Like I don't like Chelsea's
Yeah.
always trying to get me to watch movies and stuff on Netflix. Like we watch. Yeah, I'll drink some. We watched The Masked Singer. That's like
Do you
one thing
really?
we'll do
Oh.
weekly.
Yeah.
Because it's cool because it's music.
I heard
And-
that's
and like
actually
the
like
guests.
an
Yeah,
enjoyable
it's cool.
show.
And but like I don't have time to be sitting in front of the TV. Like
Mhm.
You're
that.
not like a movie like.
I watch live sports,
Mm-hmm.
and I got like I could be editing, I could be mixing.
Yeah.
Like that's what I tell her. Like I feel
Mhm.
like I'm like cheating myself if I'm sitting down and watching movies all day or whatever because I could. Like I got shit I gotta do and I keep putting it off.
I feel you.
But we are
Yeah.
rewatching Sopranos though.
Are you? How's that? going?
Sopranos.
The
What season are you
cinematography
Your
is
enemy.
trash.
Is it really?
It is trash.
Wow.
Like the
Deep
videography is
Woo.
bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
Old
I'm watching
TV.
it now because I pay attention to that stuff
Yeah.
now. I never used to before. It's bad.
Yeah. What season are you on?
2 halfway through 2.
Like
but
the
it's just
like the lighting or
the lighting's bad. The audio's bad. Like when they're sitting outside out front of the store, like it's real
The
bad.
bada bing.
Like out front of the store in the
store,
restaurant.
yeah.
So like, I understand you want sounds of the scenery, but like it's real bad.
really?
Like it's real bad.
Hmm.
And it's like distracting bad, and just like some of the framing is bad. Like I didn't realize that
Is that a
when I
hot
watched it
take, bud?
before. So yeah,
I feel like that might be a hot take.
Yeah.
I never
Hot
watched
take.
Sopranos. I have no
So
idea.
So watch it. You're gonna be super
Yeah.
critical of it.
I still
Even
say
Chelsea was picking up on it.
It doesn't live up to the hype, man.
It's a good
You
show.
always-
no,
you
the show
always-
is great.
Dislike
is great.
Sopranos though.
I can't critique the show itself, the writing, and
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Have you watched The Wire?
no.
See, when people say Sopranos, I always say The Wire.
Mhm.
It's
And
a-
I heard
it's a
that
better
was
show.
I heard that was
It's a
so
better
so
show.
good.
Their weakest season is the last season, and it's still good. You know what I mean? It's like,
Mhm.
no, this is still good. It's just not a 10.
That'll
You know
be
what
my
I'm saying?
next one that I watch.
Worth watching.
Yeah, I heard that.
Like,
was
characters so
awesome.
compelling when they're not on screen, you're mad. You know what I
Really?
mean? Like, where the fuck is so and so? Like, that's what it's like. You know? Yeah, I'm a fan. And Michael B. Jordan got a start on that show.
Did he?
He was a little kid.
Yeah, I heard that show was really good.
Yeah, that's a good question because this is, even though we're supposed to be pop culture, we're both slacking. Like, I'm
I'm not.
horrible.
Mhm.
He's rewatching
I'm catching
Lost.
up.
He's rewatching
I'm not watching
Lost.
anything new, but I
Yeah.
I'm still in the know of what's
I'm not
going
watching
on.
anything.
I had your Lost series for 2 years and never watched it.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu.
because
I don't
because
wanna do this, bro.
because because the way sometimes like I'm kind of like you in this way when people overhype stuff.
I don't overhype though.
When
Right.
people, the whole world, the whole country overhyped Lost.
It was that good,
It-
bro.
Top three,
Honestly,
right?
It is top 3. It's
Uh,
top 3.
So,
Well, Dad,
so
What?
I'm gonna get to that point where I finish the show.
Mm-hmm.
But the common thing with Lost is it doesn't stay good.
Well, have you? Okay, so you're season 2, episode probably 11.
Yeah, I think so.
How is it?
Still good.
Exactly.
But there's 4 more seasons, and I
Hey,
know
well,
that writer strike in 07
Right. No, you're-
happened.
have you
Hey.
watched Ozark?
No,
Ozark's good.
he did though.
Yeah, Ozark's good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Ozark's good.
Breaking Bad,
Yeah,
Obviously.
that's
Better Call Saul has turned
Yeah.
out to be
That's what
That's
everybody
great.
says.
I
It
know,
ended
and
up
I'm
being like
great.
the shit.
I
Yeah.
just never got into it. I wish I need to. I need to.
I want to watch it, but I watched the first episode
But-
with your mom.
Yeah, I
And
remember that.
it was so slow. I was like, I
the
can't.
first season, probably half of it at least. The
Yeah.
first half is
And
slow.
then it finally.
Yeah, but
That's
you
what
fall in
everybody
love with
says. It
characters.
becomes
You fall in
like-
love with characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like I fell in love with Kim Wexler on there.
That's her name, or that's the actress?
That's her name.
Oh, okay.
That's his girlfriend. It's his girlfriend in the show.
Okay.
She's an attorney as well, and you know Saul,
So,
and he's being himself and doing some unethical stuff, and she's like a by the book kind of person, but
Mm.
like she battles that throughout the series. Like,
yeah.
is she gonna
Break Bad.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
because of her love for him, or
Mm.
is she gonna stick to the script because she's just a dope lawyer.
Yeah.
So it's nice. But yeah, when people overhype a show like that, it kind of makes me, it kind of turns me off because like now all these expectations are there. I like to go into stuff with like not too many expectations because then if it doesn't live up to it right away, then I'm like, all right, I'm done with this shit. Like it's like I'm done.
I think I blew up. I don't blow up anymore. You know that? Been since February. I quit blowing up.
Meaning.
My explosive temper.
I did hear you talk about last
management.
episode that you cuss.
Oh, I cry.
Yeah, and you cry.
Yeah.
I remember Easter, and you were cussing about something. And I'm like, man, like mom and dad are here, like, cause we don't cuss around our parents.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, I cuss, all right. That's what I do.
That's what I
See,
do.
yeah.
No, that wasn't recently. Wasn't
no,
that?
This was like
this was years
15 years ago.
That's the famous quote. I said, I cuss. That's what I do.
It was like 15 years ago.
Yeah. Now I cry, and I cuss.
Yeah, you do cry.
I cry a lot, man. My emotions are just like right there. You know what I mean? So I just bump
You
it.
emotional, Julie?
He's not. I've seen Julius cry.
You
Seriously.
cutthroat.
I've seen him cry twice since he was like 4.
I have sympathy. Or
You
just,
have empathy?
empathy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have
okay.
empathy.
You know
Shows how
what
much
You're
I
gonna be a
have.
dope director because you're just cold,
I
huh?
would like get it together, bitch.
Yeah.
I won't say that. But
He'll go
straight
like
to the
this.
point,
This
I
is Julius
guess.
say, he'll go. Psst.
That's
He'll
good.
be like, psh. He'll be like, as soon as he does that, you know it's over.
You don't got time for fluff, right?
Yeah.
You're on a set. You're paying for that.
Cold blooded. Yeah, but I'm not gonna hover and stay on Lost. But all I'm saying is that I don't overhype. Well, I'm supposed to be talking about blowing up.
Yeah.
Going back to
You
Lost.
said you don't blow up anymore.
Drinks are kicking in, guys. Drinks are kicking in.
Drinks mixed with
I'm right where everybody
diabetes.
wants me to be.
Diabetes.
But
Yeah,
my
it's the sugar.
Yeah.
There's not really any sugar in these.
Yeah.
Oh. Straight
Tonic
drink.
one or
There
whatever,
was something
so.
to me about me blowing. Oh, remember, that was my point. We were talking about hyping up stuff.
Oh,
and I was
okay.
like, I don't hype up things because I don't watch a lot of things. So if I'm like, yo, watch this. And the last time I hyped up something, quote unquote, was The Good Place. And I actually blew up because nobody in my family believed me. They all talked shit. And that show was so fucking good. But you have to watch it. You have to like get through the first season's good.
Mm-hmm.
But when that finale hits at the end of the first season, you're like, oh, this show's good. Like, and then from that point on, now that you really know what's up, it just stays so good. Like, I watched the finale of that show and was just like, that was amazing. Like, I was like, that show was amazing. So yeah, The Good Place, half hour of your life, check it out. So but Julius was like, I'm like, okay.
It wasn't my type of show that I wanted to. I just didn't want to get into it.
But what I'm saying is the only reason I watched it, I don't even know why I started watching it. Oh, I like Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
That's why I watched
it.
So, and I watched the first couple episodes. I was like, I don't even know why I'm watching.
See, I hear that. I'm like, that's probably not that good.
Yeah, but I was like, I'm gonna watch Kristen Bell. You know, look cute. You know, like that whole like you're almost hot, but you're like super cute. Like she was right there. So I was
Anna
like,
Faris.
yeah, like she's not hot, but she's really cute. And
Personality.
I kept watching it. Yeah, the personality makes her hot. So I was watching it just for her, and then I was like, no, this show it's real it's about the afterlife, and then it gets real philosophical, and it like asks a lot of different questions, and I was like, this it's good, like it's good. It's like that quote from WandaVision, the whole grief thing.
How does that relate?
Because that has to do with death, and that's addressed on that show.
Does it relate?
Yeah. Well, I thought you were comparing The
No,
Good
I'm not
Place.
comparing The
The
Good Place.
quote's like, what is grief if not love persevering?
Yeah,
That's,
which you will hear it.
which is a good quote. But
Yeah,
I thought you were saying that's the good.
No,
And I'm like, how does that?
No, I was just saying how like I don't even know.
It's about the afterlife.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
afterlife and just like questions like that are like what happens and Jeremy Bearimy happens and you gotta watch it. It's good. It really is, and it's only half an hour, so you can waste an hour a night for a week before you're like, oh,
See, that's what happens though. You watch those half-hour shows and then you get caught up, and then now you watch 12 episodes
I
and
will
it's 6
watch
hours.
like 5 a night.
Yeah, Shit's Creek.
But Shit's Creek, another great show that
That's what happens in half an hour
You know?
shows. You watch the whole thing in a week.
Yeah.
You did watch that. That was a quarantine show.
Mm-hmm. Well, I started it, remember? Then I walked
Yeah.
away from it for a while.
Chelsea
a
was
couple
watching
months.
it without me, and I'd like pop
Yeah.
in and be like, "What are you watching?" Oh, Shit's Creek. I'm like,
Yeah.
"This looks so dumb." And then I sat down and
Yeah,
watched it. I was
it's
like,
good.
"This is dope."
The way the characters evolve and
Mhm.
everything, yeah. And it's honest. You know? It's honest. That would be like Julius and Deja living in a hotel together.
Yeah.
David and Alex. That would totally
Ew,
be
Julius.
that. Ew. Oh, that would be. You can probably throw that t-shirt. Ew, Julius.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did your mom text us? Did she text us?
She said like, don't be mentioning Deja in your podcast. You know she'll get mad.
She'll get mad.
Really?
Yeah, and I was
It's
like,
yeah, so, and I said, okay.
I sent the shrug emoji.
Okay,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So are you working on any projects right now?
I'm not. I finished like 2 weeks ago a short film for my production 3 class, but that's going to be going through the short film circuit
okay.
so far. So that won't be released till later
Now who wrote
this
it?
year. Her name's Victoria Rusick. She's a senior at my
Okay.
school.
And what was
But-
your
I was an editor.
You're an
on
editor?
it. Yeah, there's a whole crew of like 7 like a primary crew, and then we had like other like assistant cameras and stuff.
So for those projects, they rotate you around to different jobs each time, right?
For this class, we had to apply with what we wanted with like a resume and like a reel,
Okay.
and then the professors picked, and then the producers picked the crews and stuff.
So what do you prefer? Like what part of
Yeah, this is
production?
This
big
is-
news. This is big news, people. Listen up.
Uh,
Go ahead.
I'm leaning towards editing.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I just found this out.
Ooh, because I don't know how to edit. So I might hire.
I'm
Can I hire
learning. You can if you want.
you? Yeah. I'm not
the
gonna
crazy
ask you to
thing
do it
is,
for
like,
free.
going into school, I didn't even like touch a software, and now I'm like, you know what, this is pretty fun. But yeah, so I'm just getting better, like going on.
That's awesome. Because I thought for sure you'd be in a director's chair.
Yeah,
Eventually, I think.
hope maybe. I don't know. I just I don't know what like made me like go towards editing, and like lean off of that. But I was still like writing. Like I'm still gonna stick with that.
I think you're right.
I'm gonna- Yeah, I'm taking a writing class in the fall,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
I'm
you can
sticking
still
with
be
that.
pretty. I mean, you can be super creative with editing.
hmm
Well,
Like, I hate-
editing saves stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
really
yeah.
saving.
I hate editing, but but like
It's
once
crucial.
I start, like I hate starting, like sitting down to edit. I'll put it off. But once I sit down to do it, I'm stuck for like 8 straight hours.
Yeah,
Like I can't.
it's very like
Yeah.
just like
Well, that's the thing. There have been
works
days
time.
where he's at the dining room table with his headset on, and it's just click.
No one's there but you.
He's just
Yeah.
he's just in his
I
mode.
literally do that so you guys like see me,
So it
like
won't bother
yeah.
you.
So like I'm not in my room all day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just so like I'm
Yeah.
in the area.
Yeah, because
So,
you do, like
yeah.
you said, you do get stuck. Like you're
Mhm.
literally. I can't stop here.
But like I
I
was
can't
telling
stop.
you,
Yeah.
he shoots this with one camera, but when you see the clips, it looks like multiple cameras, and like I don't know, I'm impressed. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Thanks.
I kind of wish I would have taken some kind of classes because there's a lot of stuff that I just don't know that takes me so much longer because I just don't know like the basics of the
Yeah.
fundamentals of. So
I'm
like,
sure.
YouTube's wonderful, but
Yeah, YouTube. That's a lot of like effects wise. Where I'm like, how do I do this? But LinkedIn Learning is good for like fundamental stuff.
really,
You might have to pay for it. Like I know for like school, you have free, but they have like lessons and stuff for a lot of things. So you might have to check that out.
Where are we at on your notes there, sir?
My notes are
Catch 'em.
done. My notes are done basically. I didn't have a lot.
What was your notes?
The Rock,
You had the Rock on yours. I had the Rock on
Yeah.
mine. Are you serious?
because you
right
want to
now?
talk
Listen
about
to
him.
that.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
You have
you're
Carl
on the same
Weathers.
page.
No, what was with Carl Weathers?
You do know who Carl Weathers is, right? Apollo Creed.
Yeah, I know.
But he was also the bounty hunter on The Mandalorian,
Mm-hmm.
which that
Was it
show was
Mando?
canceled because of.
The whole show was.
No, not The Mandalorian, the spinoff. Because of
I
Jim
didn't know there was
tweets.
a
Is
spinoff.
Anti-Semitism.
that what it was? Anti-Semitism?
Political or something.
Something?
Like that.
Okay. Well, she tweeted something, so her spinoff got canceled. And I was like, well, that sucks for Carl Weathers. I was like, is he supposed to be like a regular on the spinoff?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and this is it's Carl Weathers. He was Apollo Creed, and then what?
Nothing.
The guy got his hand.
He was in
taken
Predator.
Off. Was in Predator with the big, you son of a bitch. They slap heads. Yeah. He wore a shirt that was like 2 sizes too small for that scene, just to make his arm look bigger when he dapped up Arnold.
Wow.
Yeah, because Arnold was Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, here, put this medium on, and that's why he looks yoked too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was yoked.
Well, he was.
Arnold
Yeah.
Arnold was Arnold.
Yeah.
He was juiced up to the gills.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it kind of sucks that like I'm like, man, he was working, back out there, and then she said something and it jams him all the way up. But that's cancel culture, I guess, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Cancel culture is insane right now.
Yeah.
Insane.
Really wild.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. Like,
But I feel bad for comedians because when I'm on stage doing stand up, they should still be able to touch on whatever they touch on. Now, if they're in passing, that's a different story. Like, stand up comedy to me is a different animal.
well, I mean, stand up at its best, I think, is truth. Like, I'm in the first church of Dave Chappelle. Dave gets up there and he speaks knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So if he offends you, okay, but is he telling the truth? Is it true?
But it's stand up, though.
Now if you're just up there saying like Andrew Dice Clay, he just went up there and told inappropriate jokes.
Yeah.
And they were funny if you but it wasn't like he was
Just raunchy.
yeah, he was it was just raunchy. He wasn't actually like I don't even know how to explain
Dave
it.
Chappelle builds.
Yeah, he builds
Yeah.
and there's something behind what he's saying. There's an intelligence behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that should allow him to say what he wants to say. You're not going to just get up there and just say inappropriate stuff just for a laugh. But if you're saying things
He's
that,
doing social commentary
thank you, bud,
in a
Thank
humorous way.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good way to put it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Thank you.
What do you think of Seinfeld,
The show or the comedian?
the comedian?
I don't. Has he done anything new recently?
He does
has
the
that
coffee
yeah.
Yeah, I don't-
cars
I don't watch
thing.
that.
But like his stand up, have you ever watched any of
I've
his
never
stand up?
watched any of it. It
I
was just
can't
a
get
lot of
over his
insights.
voice.
What is it with that was the thing, right? Like what is it with taxi cabs or something? Was that
Yeah, before like
yeah.
I know in every episode.
But
like,
he was
it's so-
he was on Howard Stern. I listen to Howard Stern all the time, and he was talking about how he like puts everything together and writes everything, and it's so specific.
Mhm.
Like he was talking about the tempo of, because obviously delivery is everything with comedy, and he has to change. Like he'll even change simple words just to make it quicker, so it hits quicker.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, man, he like this dude. Like
He
Yeah.
studies.
like,
He studies
That's
his
good.
craft.
That's
he's
crazy.
legitimately like, yeah, he's insane.
comedian.
Like he's super professional. Puts all his time and effort.
Well, see,
into
that
it.
gives me
That's
more
crazy.
respect
Like I
for that.
respect it,
Yeah.
but I just never gave him
Yeah.
a shot because I couldn't stand his voice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have him. I mean, Eddie was before he became a movie star. Eddie was a beast.
Who's
Richard was a
who's
beast.
oh
Eddie
oh
Murphy.
okay.
Yeah,
That
Richard
was
Pryor,
dumb, yeah.
beast.
Eddie, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but think about it. Half of the things Eddie said in Delirious or Raw, he couldn't say now.
no.
Nah.
He literally couldn't. They just shut him down. Now you can't do that.
The fact that I watched that at like 8,
Yeah, you were like, 'cause I was
Yeah.
you were younger than that because I was like 12.
so I was 6.
Yeah, you were 6.
That's
We used to watch.
And I remembered, like, I
Delirious,
watched
like,
it
all
one
the time.
time and remembered
It was
everything.
hilarious.
Like, you remember every part of it.
Yeah, Mommy and Daddy were just like, I don't even know where they were because we were in the living room watching that. Like
Weren't
they
we
weren't
at,
even
like
with
her
us.
friend, like
Well, the first time we
Kim's
watched it,
or
we were at Becky's,
Yeah.
and Becky let us
Becky,
borrow the
yeah.
tape, and we like never gave it back.
Yeah.
It was just like
That shit was crazy.
we watched it over and over again.
Crazy.
That was
And
the
you guys
thing.
talked about on the last show that people used to listen to it on vinyl. Well, me
Oh,
and
yeah.
Jason Hawana, who was a neighbor growing up, we were best friends,
2 times.
recorded Eddie Griffin's stand up onto a cassette. We watched it. We
Was
put
that
it on a
with the
cassette.
lights on? That wasn't with the lights on.
No, that was from Martin Lawrence and
Yeah.
Blue Streak, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could watch it something with the lights on.
With the lights on. I
And,
kept saying,
yeah.
with the lights on.
Yeah, you can listen to your music with the lights on, boy. Something I forget what it was, but we recorded the video of Eddie Griffin's Voodoo Child. We put it on cassette and we would listen to it in the car when we were driving around.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was crazy.
You know,
Yeah.
RJ, getting married.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jason Juani's little brother, RJ.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's getting married in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we gotta invite.
I used to watch that little boy put pee in the bushes next door.
You edit that out.
No, please don't.
He didn't. But he didn't. He's not here to defend
He was a
himself.
little kid.
Yeah.
I look out the
Actually,
window.
he would probably be
I
happy
look
you
out the
said
window
that.
and be like, RJ's peeing in the bush. And then he'd be swinging on the swings. The one time he was swinging on the swings, he was little. He was like 6, and he fell asleep while he was swinging. He fell off the swing. That's amazing.
Wow, that's
That's
something
all
Deja
right.
would do.
Deja.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm not off. But she could fall
Hey,
asleep
I
anywhere.
love my
She
daughter,
would.
but she could fall asleep
Nico.
anytime, any place, anywhere.
Baby Nico is the exact same.
Yeah.
7:30,
Boom.
done.
Sweet.
If not,
Yeah.
not, she's the double.
Yeah.
And
Well,
she
no.
sleeps for 12 hours.
That's very nice.
Crazy.
Yeah. See, Deja, there was no or not. Deja just fell asleep. I had pictures of her little at restaurants, like sleep at the table, like holding her head. I mean, I'm talking sleep, not like no. I'm like, and I'd be looking at people like, "This is what I told you. We had to go earlier. She's gonna fall asleep, and then she'd fall asleep. Like
Sorry.
no shame in her game.
Sorry, Deja. I
That's
did
who
it.
she is.
I didn't. Your mom didn't ask me. Not to
Yeah,
bring
you
her.
don't. Yeah, you don't know
So,
technically.
The rules, what the rules are. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only rule on the podcast, I guess. You asked earlier.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's about it, I think. Actually.
Yeah,
There's
that's.
other stuff. I won't,
That's
I'm not
all
gonna
I
do
have.
comic book rant. I'll say that. I
We're-
do
we're-
have an idea for a special guest. Not like the next guest, but I have a special guest idea. I'll
Okay.
share with you later. I think you'll dig it. I'm just trying to build
okay.
suspense.
Oh, okay.
Trying to build
Yeah, I
suspense.
am. Alright.
What's your cliffhanger?
Here's one word for you, bud, and you'll know who I'm talking about. Chicken.
No. No.
I wanted to
No.
do a review. I wanted to come on and do a review. I'll tell you about it. Oh, yeah. Let the
People are like,
suspense. We'll build suspense. They'll be like,
Yeah.
chicken. What's chicken?
Who? What does that mean?
Is that a cliffhanger?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate y'all
Oh no.
Oh,
Thank you.
thanks
asking
for
me to be
coming.
the
Yeah.
first
The
guest.
first.
The first
Yeah.
guest.
First.
And allow me to talk about, the stuff that I'm working on and
Yeah.
my brand and all
Yeah.
that.
Just chopping it
I
up.
have fun.
You tried to get me in the beginning there, though, talking about Baby
Well.
Nico. I was like, you smell something serious right now? You gonna do this?
I
to me?
mean,
Yeah. That was beautiful,
Yeah.
though. It was beautiful.
I mean,
It was.
all facts.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Is that what they say? Facts.
Yeah.
Fax machine emoji.
No cap.
100, the 100
No
emoji.
cap. I told you
Yeah.
about Briar, my friend Shane's son Briar, when he said no cap, and I almost fell out.
Okay.
He came in, he was like, Dad, I'm playing Fortnite, blah, 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 and this guy's talking stuff, no cap. And I went,
You used it right.
I said, he
Yeah.
didn't say no cap, and Shane was just like, yeah, he said no cap. I was like,
That's the
wow,
No cap.
no cap. I'm just old, I guess. So like lingo is lingo. Just the fact that I say lingo just tells you how old I am. Yeah, no cap.
Lingo.
But when I was a kid, capping was just like talking stuff on people.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Running Man was different. When
Well,
we were
yeah,
young
but
and-
you were cracking jokes
Yeah.
on people.
Yeah,
I'm not joking.
I'm not.
No cap.
So no cap.
That's where it came from.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow. How you like that?
Doo-doo.
So yeah, everybody out there, it's by the time you hear this, it'll be deep into Memorial Day weekend. Everybody be safe. Traveling mercies to those of you who'll be on the road. Julius.
You as well. I'm gonna be
Where
with you.
headed?
We're
Oh, you're
going
going to
to.
Erie,
We're
that's
going.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then meeting some friends.
Is the lake safe
Some
now?
friends in Erie.
Oh, you got friends out there?
Yeah, my one friend Steven.
We
Shout
don't-
out.
Oh, you got a name?
You got a
Yeah,
name. You
my
got a
one-
name.
I-
You got a name. How about that?
You cracked me.
Secret squirrel. Secret squirrel.
Yeah.
It's the drinks.
It is.
It's
I'm,
the drinks.
My one friend, Steven.
Inhibitions are all.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
bleep it out. Oh,
Yeah.
no one. No
Like,
one.
what?
But
That's
yeah, he's
dope.
up there for school.
That's dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
like
the lake safe now? Because I remember
I don't
like
know.
last year or the year before, they were saying like the lake, like the water, something was
But
wrong with
that
the water level.
bacteria
yeah,
stuff.
we get too
yeah.
warm, probably the bacteria.
I'm
Have
not.
you?
I'm not going to the water.
Have
I've never
been
been
up
to
there?
Erie, but we were just in Sandusky last weekend for a basketball tournament,
How
and
was that?
it was nice. We didn't really do a lot of sightseeing, but we ate at this restaurant right on the lake.
On the water.
It was nice.
That's
It was real nice. The food was fantastic, but it was nice.
See, that's one of those things. So, is that considered seafood? The stuff that's caught, or they just considered fish? If you catch it in the lake, that would be seafood, right?
Lake food. That just
You know what I'm
sounds.
saying? Like,
it's
not
to see,
yeah.
right?
Here
So
you go.
I'm just
Semantics.
saying.
I feel like there's
So we
a
go there
synonym
like,
for
oh,
That's something I
seafood.
would do.
I feel like there's
Seafood,
another
it's like,
word
what
for
is it?
seafood.
I don't eat it, so it
Is
don't
there?
matter.
I mean, so if seafood's just anything came out the water,
No, I feel like there's another word for seafood.
like fresh water.
Like a synonym. Freshwater
Algae eater, lobster.
I mean, you're gonna go there and say, "I'm eating seafood. What do you want?" You say trout.
You
That's not seafood.
probably say freshwater trout,
freshwater trout.
and you're like, ooh,
So
fancy.
Are there trout in the ocean ever?
No.
Is there a type
No,
of
salmon-
trout?
salmon
Is there
go
a
in
type
the
of
ocean.
trout that goes in the ocean?
not that I know of, but I'll look it up.
It doesn't.
I was looking at Apex Predator today.
Oh,
I'm about to
gosh.
start, I'm about to
Did you
start
see
saying
me?
it again. Did I see? Do you hear what he,
Yeah.
you hear what he said?
it's the
Yeah, I looked it up, and
No.
there you were, like,
We've talked about this for years.
what, Apex Predators?
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Back in
yeah.
we can't talk about what we were
Yeah.
talking about back then, but
Yeah.
like back then,
back. Yeah.
indiscretions.
Yeah. Apex Predator is like, for those who don't know, it's more than just the top of the food chain. Like an Apex Predator can come in and hunt whenever it's at the top of the food chain. So, I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.
No cap.
Like
no cap. Yeah, that was good application.
But
Alright.
yeah. So wait. Remember, I guess we're gonna wrap this up. But I wanted to ask you. So you've never been to Erie, but so you've never been to Presque Isle, like the park?
Mm.
Okay, this is my last
Quick story.
This is my last story, bud.
All right.
At Presque Isle, there is
Presque Isle.
It's Presque Isle, but
Presque Isle.
Presque Isle, just like Giant Eagle.
Mhm.
Like it's Giant Eagles or Giant Eagle. It's not Giant Eagle. There's a roller coaster called the Ravine Jumper.
I heard about that.
Yeah, did I tell you about this?
No, but I've heard I've heard of it.
So we went to Presque Isle, and me and Tracy were going to get on this roller coaster. And as we're in line, I'm reading because I read, and there was a big placard, and it said the Ravine Jumper, and it said wooden roller coaster, which I'm all about, like Thunderbolt, Jackrabbit type shit. It said wooden roller coaster, reinforced with steel, and I was like, huh.
It's the
That's it. That's it.
Magnum at Cedar Point.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So as we're in line, I see the people getting off, and I'm like, we're walking forward, but the people getting off are looking real disheveled. Like, I'm just like, huh, what's going on with these folks? So, because there's physics involved with a wooden roller coaster. They can only do so much
Too
because
many
they're wood.
Gs.
They're wood. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
wood. But again, the sign said reinforced with steel. So we get on this thing, and we start going up and up and up. And I'm like, we're going pretty fucking high for a wooden roller coaster. Because now I can see the lake.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. And Tracy's like, babe. And I'm like, babe, I don't know. Like, and look, that thing was like, and all I know is she screamed. I just like put my head down. And when I got off, I looked disheveled. I looked disheveled. I was like,
so like they literally pulled the wool over your eyes with the wooden part.
100%.
So it's just like they painted wood on the steel.
Yeah, basically. Like, because you can see the steel. Like, you're like, oh, yeah, there's a lot of steel.
Damn.
in this thing. Like, yeah.
Did you
It's a
ride it?
hybrid.
Did
No,
you
I
ride
was
it?
too scared.
Yeah.
I saw the giant.
Yeah.
What's it
You're
called?
not big
I
on
would-
roller coasters?
I would ride it now. I was like 12, and I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. I was petrified.
Chelsea,
Yeah.
Chelsea doesn't ride,
Yeah.
but she
Depends.
Thinks, but she thinks I should take her with me to amusement parks. Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like I won tickets to Cedar Point. I won 4 tickets. So I took the boys and one of their friends.
Mhm.
Like
She
I'm
doesn't
not
ride.
I'm not
Yeah.
taking you to Cedar Point for the day
So you got
just to go to the amusement park.
Right.
Like she was okay with it, but like no cap.
No
Yeah.
cap.
I'm not taking to ride on these rides.
Hey, when Tracy was pregnant with Julius, Kennywood Day came. She's 6 months pregnant.
No,
She wants to go. And I'm just like, why?
Either
Yeah.
your feet are gonna be hurting
Like-
because you're walking all day, or you
Yeah.
can't ride anything.
So it was me, Tracy, and Big Trey, and I'm like, I'll be able to ride something. Nah, I rode one ride, and when I come off the ride, her face was like, "I ain't sitting here waiting for you again." I was like, "Why are we here then?
Yeah.
Like, why are we here?
That-
We're eating potato patch fries in the front. Okay, we can bounce like right now. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous."
You pay $40.
Hey, she
for
tried to get
potato
on
patch
the.
fries.
Yeah, basically, she tried to get on Noah's Ark. You know, Kennywood, Noah's Ark, and I was like, "Babe, I don't know. Like, you're pregnant. It's not a ride." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's I don't know." And sure enough. We get to the end of the line. That's the thing. They didn't stop us at the beginning of the line.
They're like,
They waited till we got to the entrance. And they were like, "You can't get
wow.
on." And then I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah.
30
That's
minutes.
just dirty. That's so dirty. Like, you saw her pregnant ass. Like, you could have stopped her like in the very beginning. Like,
Mhm.
hey, no, ma'am. So yeah, it was just a day of us walking around and like eating and like talking to people, which wasn't bad, but it was just like, you know, I rode one ride. Yep, your mother. I love her. Truly, madly, deeply. Yep, this is what 2 drinks get you, folks.
Yeah.
All right, wrap it up, bud.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. I know it's been like 20 minutes. We kept saying, time to wrap up.
That's
Time to
good,
wrap
man.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
good.
hits you.
Yeah.
No, but thank you all for listening to Sun and Pops Culture. Thank you, Uncle Jason, for
Thank you,
coming,
bro.
being our
Thank you
first
for
guest.
having me. I appreciate
Great
it.
honor. Yeah, check them out. Ball Out Productions.
Yeah, Van Gogh
Yes.
on all platforms.
Ballout-productions.com. Ball Out Productions on all social medias.
You're the only one I want. That's it.
And have a good Memorial Day weekend. Thank you, and peace.
Peace. Oh, before I forget, check out my brother Doug's podcast, Rando Ish. You can listen to him on Spotify. This week's episode is called Santa is Real.
Santa is real.
Yeah, Santa is real. Not Santa Israel. Santa is real.
Only one way we can go in this soul until we get some